Okay, so this one is a chapter 12, metal costing, design materials, and economics. So here in this chapter, you definitely need to know the guidelines, alright, for your production of costings. So what are these guidelines? Free from your defects. Dimensional tolerances got to be met. Surface finish got to be really good. Service requirements, right? You have to determine in your various specifications and standards. Alright, so why these costing guidelines are so important? Because they concern, again, shape of costing and various techniques, right, to minimize or reduce the hot spots. Right? We don't want hot spots in our costing. Shape, second, get rid of hot spots. How do you do that? Follow the guidelines, okay? Okay, hot spots. They can lead to shrinkage, cavities. Shrinkage, cavity, they always mess up with your product. Yep, so therefore we don't want it. What do? Again, follow your guidelines. Parameters. So large number of variables involved, of course, in our costing operation. So you've got to control them. That's pretty essential. Especially in molten metal, casting. Because this molten metal casting, we're dealing with a liquid metal flow, which is very difficult to control, into the molds and dies. So the rate of cooling of this, right, in different regions of the mold is pretty difficult, okay? So therefore, pay attention to all your parameters in your casting, okay? Casting alloys. We use numerous, of course, various, right? Ferrous, non-ferrous. That's iron, that's non-iron. Casting alloys, right? And they are available with a wide range of properties. So therefore, we like to use them, and casting characteristics, of course. So therefore, we can be able to come up with many different applications, meaning like many different products we can be able to do if you use various materials, ferrous materials, non-ferrous materials. Of course, we love alloys because alloys are always cheaper than your pure metal. Castings, they are designed, right, and produced to be assembled with, of course, other mechanical components and structures called sub-assemblies. So if you think about casting, your casted products, of course, they are designed, okay, they are produced, and they're not the final product. You have to assemble with other, right, components, and we call that sub-assemblies, right? So when you read it, you gotta understand that the casting products that we produce in casting, you will have to right, set it up with other components to be able to get your final products, right? Sometimes they can be the final product, but most of the time you will be using them, right, these casting in further assemblies. Okay, so several other considerations that we do in castings, they are weldability, whether you can weld, right, it or not, machinability, whether you can machine it or not, and also their surface characteristics, and they're very important. Okay. economics, money, money, money. Economics of casting. It's very important again, technical consideration. It's got to be within the limits of good performance. So what we're talking about is, you gotta think about money in costing operation because it is as important as technical considerations. Because if you don't play your budget very well, right, doesn't matter what kind of costumes you are producing, right, your business will break, yeah. So in order for a business to stand, this dealing with the money got to be very careful, and you have to analyze the cost for every operation, right, in costing, and we call that economics of casting. So the equipment, the tooling, right, everything that involves money, right, got to be considered. So cost, overall cost, and you gotta think about it, yes, and we're gonna think about the factors that can affect that overall cost. If we truly consider the economics of casting, that's what we hit. We always hit the cost. We hit the factors that can change, right? That cost, either increase or decrease it or keep it stable. Yeah. So the cost of materials, of course, molds, of course, the cost of dyes, right? The cost of equipment, the cost of labor, right? Each of them, right? I'm supposed to put this actually in the second row. So you gotta read it like the cost of material, the cost of mold, the cost of dyes, the cost of equipment, and then the cost of labor. All of them. Okay, each one of them, there varies with the costing operations. Okay. Again, overall cost, costing economics, very important. Okay, for the operation to stay in business. Yeah. All right. So that's it for chapter 12.